Now folks, in another video of mine on this one-legged astronaut, I said to Joan Evans, "Okay Joan, if you claim he's got a leg, then make a video and point an arrow at it and say, Expat Taffy, here's his leg. Put an arrow to it. Let us see it." Let me show you what she done. Here you are folks, here's an example I put to that idiot Joan Evans and Phase 52. I put an arrow here pointing to his left leg. There you are Joan, I'm showing you where his left leg is. I put an arrow there. So let's see you do the same. Put an arrow pointing to his right leg. Show us where it is. Put an arrow and say, Expat Taffy, here's his right leg. I'm pointing an arrow to it. Let's see you do that, folks. And you know what she done, folks? She came up with this. Here's what she done, folks. Here's what Joan Evans and Phase 52 done. They brought up the previous photo and put arrows to his right leg there, which is quite visible. They said, here he is, if he got a right leg in the previous photo, he must have a right leg in the next photo. Now folks, you've seen from that little video of Joan Evans there, she's trying her best to prove to you all that this astronaut has got a right leg. She's trying to say it's behind the net. But what we've got to do is prove that this photo is fake. It's not taken on the moon. And what Joan Evans is missing out on is a number of other clues that proves 100% it is fake. I'll go through all them anomalies and we'll see if we get another response from Joan Evans and the other idiot Phase 52 to explain the following anomalies. Now, let me assure you, the photo you have seen so far is not the original photo. Okay? Okay folks, let me give you a quick rundown on the anomalies of this photo here that proves 100% fake and proves 100% that it was not taken on the moon. Some of the anomalies Joan Evans and Phase 52 refuse to comment on. Number one, look at the top left corner. This crater is fake. It is used in every mission. What it's showing here in Apollo 14 photo is a long crater. Now, I've done a video proving that that fake crater is used in every mission. I won't have too much time on it to spend on it here, but I'll provide you with the link to the other video. Now, another thing to notice, there is no boot prints behind this astronaut. I suppose you could say because he only had one leg, he hopped it. There's only boot prints in front of him. That's why Sam Colby said he's the one-legged astronaut that walked backwards. But I'll be proving something else with those footprints that are in front of him. Now, another thing to notice is the cart. It was me, the brilliant expat Taffy, noticed that this cart had air-inflated tyres. Something they agreed with the rover for Apollo 15. They agreed later on you couldn't use air-inflated tyres on the moon surface because they would expand and the heat from the moon surface would make them explode. But here they are with a cart with air-inflated rubber tyres. They soon put a plaster on that wound. They try to claim they're not air-inflated, they are nitrogen-inflated. Well, nitrogen is a gas and it'll expand on heating just like air will. And subject to the same temperature of 135 degrees on the surface, they will burst. There's no need to have air-inflated tyres on a cart on the bloody moon. You could have solid tyres. No problem at all. Another thing, as you can see, he's got no right leg. Now, another thing here is there's no tracks behind the wheels. So that's another thing we're going to have to look at. How did the cart get there? Was it carried there? Was it pushed there? Was it pulled there? Well, the tracks should indicate how it got there. We'll be looking at that later on. Now folks, what I think we'll tackle first, because it's the most important, is the missing leg. Okay folks, take a look at this photo here now. What I've done a screen save, a screenshot of a thumbnail for this Apollo 14 astronaut with the one leg. I've done that so I can show you the number of the photo, AS14-68-9405HR, and you can see I've inserted PA. Now what that PA stands for is Project Apollo Image Gallery. It's one of NASA's top photo galleries. Okay, that's where this photo come from. That's why I've just done a quick screenshot of it. Don't worry about the quality because it's just a thumbnail. I'm taking you along step by step to show you the evidence of fakery in this photo. Now, this is that same photo here from the Project Apollo Image Gallery, and it was taken 6 years ago. I'm going to prove that to you now. At that time, NASA altered this photo, as you can see with the metadata there. It shouldn't have this metadata if it was just a film photo. But one of the problems with this photo initially was it never had an aerial. The astronaut never had an aerial. Now what you can see just to the right of the horizon, you can see the sky is slightly lighter. Now what NASA done there 6 years ago was slightly brightened up the photo and penciled in an aerial. That was another problem with this photo. You can see the sky is slightly brighter by there on the horizon. Now I'll take you to the next step, proving you the date that this photo was downloaded. Okay, take a look at that same photo here now. I've inserted it into my photo software, my analyzing software, Urban View. You can see it at the top, Urban View. Okay folks, in that software, mine Urban View, look where the arrow is pointing. It's pointing to a blue circle with a letter I in it. That is information, photo information. I'm going to click on that and show you what information comes up for this photo. Now folks, the second line from the bottom in that information page is the date I downloaded the photo. I'll crop it out and enlarge it for you to see it. Now, as you can clearly see there now, the date that was downloaded was 19th of the 7th, 2015. Okay? 5.5 years ago that this photo was downloaded from the Project Apollo Image Gallery, folks. Okay, folks, here is the lower section of that photo brightened up for you to see. No leg and the cart. Now this is a photo taken from the Project Apollo Image Gallery, mine 6 years ago. And you will not see the small boot in this photo. Let me give you a closer cropping of it. There you are. There's a closer cropping to show you that there is no small ribbed boot under that cart or behind the wheel. Whatever it is, it's not a boot. Now folks, that photo you just seen there from the Project Apollo Image Gallery, it was one I had on a spare super slim hard drive that I haven't used for quite a while. But checking on that hard drive in the download section, I noticed that right after this photo I just showed you, there was another one the same number. Only it was from a different site. The one I just showed you was from the Project Apollo Image Gallery, Now we're going to look at this one, which is from the Lunar Surface Journal. Okay folks, take a look at this photo here now. I'm showing you like this so that you can read the detail of the photo. AS14-68-9405 HR and then LSJ, Lunar Surface Journal. Okay, that's the photo we're going to be dealing with now. Okay folks, here's that Lunar Surface Journal photo, and I put it into my Irving software to bring up the information. Now, what you'll find on here is something very, very strange. This is a Lunar Surface Journal photo that I downloaded, and surprisingly enough, I downloaded it the same day as the previous photo, which was the Project Image Gallery photo. Let me give you the details a lot clearer. There you are folks, look at the date there. I downloaded this photo 19th of the 7th 2015, the same as the previous photo, which was the Project Apollo Image Gallery photo. Okay folks, now look under the cart with this one, and what have we got? We've got the boot. Let me bring up a larger image for you. There you are folks, an enlarged image of that so-called boot. Now what I'm going to prove to you is that that is fake. It's been airbrushed in. Now we've got two photos from 2015. One has got the boot and one hasn't got the boot. The only difference is from different sites. There you are folks, take a look at this. Combine two photos. The one on the left from the Project Apollo Image Gallery, 19th of the 7th 2015. It is not the boot with the vertical ribs on it. Now, what there must have been there is some object, whatever it is, we don't know, but it's definitely not a boot. And the photo on the right is the Lunar Surface Journal, downloaded exactly the same day, 19th of the 7th 2015, and it's got what looks like an astronaut's boot. Now how can we have two different images? Here you are folks, a clearer look at that Project Apollo Image Gallery object under the cart. It hasn't got the vertical ribs that's shown on the other one, making it look like a boot. This is not a boot. Notice the date, 19th of the 7th 2015. Now, what do you think of that folks? Two photos, the same year, 2015, different sites. The one for the Lunar Surface Journal has got the airbrushed in fake boot, but the Project Apollo Image Gallery did not have it. Now, it's when I found out those two photos, the difference, I thought, hey, this deserves further investigation. And that's what started me back on with the one-legged astronaut. And what I can tell you is, for the Lunar Surface Journal, from 2015 right up until the present day, that fake airbrushed in boot is in every photo. But for the Project Apollo Image Gallery, it was not there in 2015. And what I can show you, I've got a 2016 downloaded photo. It's not in that. I've got a 2018 downloaded Project Apollo Image Gallery photo. It's not in that. I've got a 2019. It's not in that. I've got a 2021 Project Apollo Image Gallery, and it's not in that. So it hasn't been in any of the Project Apollo Image Gallery photos for the last 5-6 years, folks. Okay, folks, here's a 2016 Project Apollo Image Gallery photo, and the fake boot is not in this photo. Here you are, cropped and large for you to see the date. 22nd of the 11th, 2016, and no boot, folks. The Project Apollo Image Gallery. Okay, folks, now take a look at this photo here. Again, AS14-68-9405, and I can assure you this one was downloaded from the Project Apollo image gallery, and the date it was downloaded was 26th of the 11th, 2018. There you are, folks, a crop in there, enlarged, to clearly show you the date this Project Apollo image gallery photo was downloaded. You can see the date is 26th of the 11th, 2018. And I'm going to show you that this photo did not have the small faked-in boot. And again, as you can see, folks, the Project Apollo image gallery, there is no ribbed boot in this photo. It's the original item that was under the cart that they used to fake the boot later on by adding vertical ribs onto it. Okay, folks, now, before we get all the nonsense from Joan Evans, Phase 52 and the rest of the morons, it's the wrong resolution, it's pixels, it's this and that, let me give you an example of what the boot and the no boot looks like. Here. Now. Okay. Two photos combined again, folks. On the left, as I've already shown you, the fake boot, small boot, from the Lunar Surface Journal. And on the right is that small section that does not show a boot. And this is from the Project Apollo image gallery, as you can see from the date, 19th of the 2nd, 2021. There is no small boot. So 4 days ago, they had not inserted this fake small boot. Okay, folks, take a look at that photo here. This is from the Project Apollo image gallery, and it's got a lot of photo data. Now, I doubt if you can read that from there, but I'll give you the date that this was downloaded. There you are, folks. I've taken a cropping of that photo there, along with the information on it. And you can now clearly read that the date this was downloaded was 19th of the 2nd, 2021. This is the Project Apollo image gallery photo, folks. 19th of the 2nd, 2021. Now let me show you that there is no small boot in this photo. There you are, folks. Not a rib boot in this photo. The old original object, whatever it was, is visible. Now, folks, what I'm going to show you now is going to be a real kick in the teeth for the mentally insane arseholes Joan Evans and Phase 52. I'm going to show you two photos from the Project Apollo image gallery, only a couple of days apart. 19th of February this year and 22nd of February this year. What you'll notice is one has not got the boot, and the other one has got the boot. Another thing that's noticeable is the quality of the photos. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there's one person making the photos for the Apollo Lunar Surface Journal and there's somebody else doing it for the Project Apollo image gallery. What happens is the photos are made first for the Apollo Lunar Surface Journal by Kip Teak, and eventually the Project Apollo image gallery updates their site by taking the Lunar Surface Journal photo and putting it into theirs. That will account for the difference in quality of these two photos, supposed to be from the same Project Apollo image gallery. Take a look at them. Okay, take a look at these two combined photos here, folks, both from the same gallery, the Project Apollo image gallery. The one on the left has not got the fake boot with the vertical ribs on it. And the date downloaded for that was the 19th of the 2nd, 2021. Now, look at it 3 days later on the right. This is the photo from the Project Apollo image gallery 22nd of the 2nd, 2021, and it's got the small boot. And look at the difference in quality of the photo. Now, as I just said, the reason for the difference in quality is old one on the left was poorer quality, and the one on the right they've just picked out of the Lunar Surface Journal and transplanted it into the Project Apollo image gallery. And as you can see, it is showing the fake airbrush in boot. So this swap must have been done between the 19th of the 2nd and the 22nd of the 2nd, folks. More fakery again. The ultimate proof that this astronaut never had a right leg. That's why they've got to fake the photo to try to make out he had one. Okay folks, take a look at this here now. All the nutcases like Bertie Slack, Joan Evans, Phase 52 all think that that little fake boot I showed you under the cart is Alan Shepard's right boot. Just look at the difference in the size of them. He must be the only man on the planet who's got two boots entirely different sizes. One must be at least 4 times bigger than the other. There's the intelligence of NASA morons for you. Now, there you are folks. Do you see any more irrefutable evidence that you can have of that little boot being faked? I've shown you the Apollo Lunar Surface Journal that's had it for at least 6 years. I've shown you evidence of the Project Apollo image gallery that never had it. Now, what I've shown you there as well is the date that the Project Apollo image gallery added it in. Must be about the 20th or the 21st of the 2nd, 2021. Now, as for the Lunar Surface Journal, when it first appeared in there, is there any date we can lay on that being placed in there first time? Well, I think I've got a good idea. Take a look at the comment coming up. Okay, look at this folks. One thing I do pretty often is copy and save stupid comments by these mentally insane NASA nutcases. Look what we've got here. Bertie Slack, January the 14th, 2016. Now, that's just after I first exposed the astronaut with one leg. Look what he goes to say. Expat Taffy, you've been told his leg is obscured, but his boot is partially visible between the different parts of the Met. Did your stroke affect your vision as well as your cognitive abilities? You have my sympathy. There you are, folks. It looks as if we've now got a date very near to the date that the photo was first faked for the Apollo Lunar Surface Journal. Now, I knew at the time that the Apollo Lunar Surface Journal was the favourite site for the twat who was always speaking through his astrobrand and for Bertie Slack. Now, as I've told you in other videos, this idiot Bertie Slack could never win an argument with me. I always beat him every time. So, because he couldn't show he was more intelligent than me, he had to try to make out that I was subnormal and inferior to him by mocking me for having a stroke. But I soon put an end to that when I discovered the truth about him. Now folks, that comment there by Bertie Slack is reminiscent of another comment I got from his channel a few years ago. I snooped on his channel to start reading some of the comments from his subscribers. And 2 years after I discovered the pink flamingo, he had a comment there from one of his subscribers. Hey Bertie, what are you going to do about the pink flamingo? And he said, I'm still working on that. 2 years after I displayed it. And here he is, folks, the wee little pink flamingo in the footpad of the Apollo 11 LEM. And according to this moron here, Paul the Pratt, it's not a pink flamingo, it's a boot belt. So, we've got the proof there that Bertie Slack is looking out for anomalies to correct. But who done it? Now, a mate of mine, Scott Henderson, has confirmed that one other nutter like Bertie Slack that I sent packing has got access to NASA data and NASA photos, and that is one big monkey. So if you ask me, I would say this story about the small boot being Shepard's right boot was thought up by Bertie Slack, who passed it on to one big monkey, and one big monkey altered the photos in the Lunar Surface Journal, faked the photos, and the date there is tying in. Okay folks, it's now time for the summing up for the evidence proving that this one-legged astronaut is fake and was not taken on the moon, and to put the issue to bed once and for all. Now, let me say, what you should do is go back and look at my volume 1 on this fakery, to get a broader picture of the situation. And what I've done for you here, as you can see, I've just added parts of that volume 1 in here for the benefit of those who haven't watched volume 1. Now I'm going to give you the final evidence of what we've got here is NASA faking something to cover for something else that they faked before. They're using fake material to cover up for fake material they had before. And there can be no question about it. This is going to put this one-legged astronaut to bed once and for all, because there's nothing more embarrassing than that. NASA claiming they had a one-legged astronaut on the moon. Now, let me tell you what happened. 2015, after I put a video showing this one-legged astronaut, as I said, it's most probably Bertie Slack, came up with the idea to make a certain small object that was under the cart, put some ribs on it and make it look like a boot. And they claim if he's got a boot, he's got a leg, despite the fact that that little fake boot is a quarter the size of his left boot. But the brilliant expert Kathy made a fantastic discovery. Nobody else. You see why I call myself brilliant? None of you thought of it. None of you thought of it. Only me. Only me in the whole world. So, why deny me calling myself brilliant? I'm the only one who discovered it. And that is, from 2015 to the present day, in the Lunar Surface Journal, the high-res photos and the low-res photos, that photo had the fake-in boot in the high-res and the low-res photo over the last 7 years. But it was me, the brilliant expert Taffy, that discovered, checked with the Project Apollo image gallery, and what I found was it was never in the Project Apollo image gallery, be it the high-res or the low-res. It was never in there. And the thing is, I've got photos downloaded over the last 7 years to prove it. I've got the photo numbers, the dates I downloaded them, the resolution, and showing no boot at all. Now that was very embarrassing for NASA. Now what could they do about it? Well, what somebody come up with is, try to make out that expert is stupid because he's looking at the wrong resolution. As this nutter here always keeps saying. Take a look at him. Here he is, folks. The moron, Brian Pop Robson, the idiot that I've dubbed Paul the Prat. Let's take a look at his comment here. Okay, folks, here he is here. The mentally insane idiot, Brian Pop Robson. We'll take a look at his comment, and you'll see why I dubbed him Paul the Prat. Look at his comment here. I can't get over how such a self-styled brilliant individual fails to understand the lack of detail in an image 150 pixels by 150 pixels. Okay folks, now from the photos I have shown you and the pixels displayed and the photos coming up or the information coming up, let's ask you all, have you seen any photo that I have used that says it's 150 pixels by 150 pixels? You will not find one. This idiot is a liar and a defeatist. You can see how stupid he would look if he was accepting my challenge of an open debate, a live recorded open debate, face to face, man to man, mouth to mouth, ID to ID. You can see why the man is a coward. He's an English coward afraid of a Welshman. He will not accept a live debate because he knows what a prat he is. He don't mind making a crop-eared rabbit look a stupid prat, but he don't want to make an Englishman named PP a prat. I'll give you his name in the comments. Okay folks, I'm now going to give you the details and the history of this photo of the one-legged astronaut over the last 7 years, showing what it was like in the Lunar Surface Journal and what it was like in the Project Apollo Image Gallery, and also what it is like in the Project Apollo Image Gallery today. All you've got to ask yourself is, why would they change a photo? Why would they alter it? There's only one reason for altering the photo, and that is they know it is fake. There's no other reason. If you took a photo on the moon, you got the photo, there's no need to change anything on it at all. The very fact they're continuously altering photos from the discoveries of the brilliant expat Cafe, all they are doing is admitting, I am right, and they are fake. Okay folks, take a look at this detail here now. The record for the photo, AS14-68-9405HR. This is for the Lunar Surface Journal, 2015 to the present time. Original size 2340 pixels by 2350. Current size 2340 by 2350. Okay, now the present photo, 9th of the 4th, 2021, the present photo, original size 2340 by 2350, current size 2340 by 2350. As can be seen, there is no change in the photo from 2015 to 2021, but it has the fake boot, folks. Well, what about it, Paul the Prat? Can you see any 150 by 150 pixels here? Okay folks, we're now going to take a look at the record for photo AS14-68-9405HR in the Project Apollo Image Gallery. Now, I've got a number of photos. Anybody want them, just give me your email address and I can mail them to you, and you'll have the evidence of NASA's fakery as well. Now, this is the Project Apollo Image Gallery 2015 to 19th of the 2nd, 2021. And I've got 4 or 5 photos showing the detail here. AS14-68-9405HR, 19th of the 7th, 2015. Pixels originally, in this one, 904 times 907. Current, 904 times 907. It does not have the fake boot. And it is not a low-res photo, idiot. It is HR. Have you got that, Paul the Prat? Can you see any 150 by 150 pixels here? There you are, folks. That 2015 photo, Project Apollo Image Gallery, no fake boots. Original Pixels 904 times 907. Current 904 times 907. No fake boot. Okay, Paul the Pratt? Okay, folks, we're going to look at a slightly later photo from the Project Apollo image gallery. Here's that photo again, AS14-68-9405HR, Project Apollo image gallery. The pixels in this one are original 1180 times 801 and the current 1180 times 801. And there's no fake boot in it in 2016, folks. It hasn't been faked. Okay, folks, here's another one, 905 from the Project Apollo image gallery. Now, you may be able to read all the information regarding this photo over there, but if you can't, I'll do it a bigger print for you, as I've done with the others. Okay, folks, here's the details for that photo for the benefit of idiots like Phase 52 and Brian Pop Robson. That photo I just showed you was the Project Apollo image gallery photo, AS14-68-9405HR. The pixels on that photo are original 900 by 904, current 800 by 904. And it's not the low res, it's the high res. And again, you can see the date, 26th of the 11th, 2018, and again, no fake boot in this photo. Now, why the pixels are different there to others, I don't know. But that's what the details are for this photo. But no fake boot, folks. Okay, here's another one now. And I'll give you the enlarged details. If you want to screen crop that and zoom it up, you'll be able to read them from there to see that I haven't been falsifying anything like the morons Phase 52 and Joan Evans does. Just zoom it up and you'll see what the correct details are. Again, a Project Apollo image gallery. Let's take a look at the exact details, shall we? Okay, here we go for the exact details for that photo I just showed you. Again, the Project Apollo image gallery. Pixels originally 2340 by 2350. Current 2340 by 2350. And note, very special, the date for this photo downloaded from the Project Image Gallery was 18th of January 2021, folks. Now, at that date there, no fake boot print was added to this photo in the Project Image Gallery. No fake boot, folks. Okay, folks, the final photo, something very special here. Again, it's the Project Apollo Image Gallery, date 3/3/2021. That's the 3rd of the 3rd, 2021. Original pixels 2340 by 2350. Current 2340 by 2350. It's got the boot, folks. They've now inserted the fake boot into the photo in the Project Apollo image gallery. There's the date they faked the photo in the Project Apollo image gallery, folks. Like I said, anybody want a copy of the photos, just get in touch with me. Give me an email and I'll send them to you. Here you are, folks, the final proof confirming that that object doctored to make look like a boot is not an astronaut's boot. Compare the genuine astronaut boot on the left to that fake object on the right. The slope of the vertical ribs is very steep on the genuine boot, going down to very small. That's not the case with the fake ribbed boot on the right. It's virtually horizontal, the top of the ribs. That's not the same case with the genuine boot. And as you can see, the genuine boot has got a raised rim all around the bottom, something you cannot see on the fake one on the right. One, two, three, four. There you are, folks. There's the final summing up of this fake astronaut with only one leg. Now, what happened? That was very embarrassing for NASA when they displayed it, and Sam Colby displayed it years ago. Very embarrassing. So we can see what they done. They put some fake ribs onto an object under the cart and tried to say it's Alan Shepard's boot. And you've seen the stupidity of that claim by the size of one to the other. Now, they had that fake boot in around about 2015 in the Lunar Surface Journal. But thanks to a genius like the brilliant expat Taffy, I exposed that they never had it in the Project Apollo image gallery for the last 7 years. Now that is very embarrassing. 2 sites of theirs, and the both of them are showing different photos. Now, it's only when the brilliant expat Taffy exposed that anomaly that that fake boot was not in the Project Apollo image gallery at all until January this year. And it was a brilliant expat Taffy that exposed that. They're again in a very embarrassing situation. So, what they thought they would do is, they had the Lunar Surface Journal with high-res and low-res, with the boot in it. So what they done, they removed the boot from the low-res photos. And with the Project Apollo image gallery, which did not have the boot in the high-res or the low-res, they took the photo from the Lunar Surface Journal and put it into the high-res section for the Project Apollo gallery. So what they've got now is they've harmonized both sites. They've got both sites showing the same. Fake boot in the high-res, no fake boot in the low-res. A fake boot in the high-res, no fake boot in the low-res. So they think that'll solve the problem. But they still haven't taken into account the fact that the brilliant expat Taffy has got 5 or 6 photos from Project Apollo image gallery over the last 7 years that do not show the boot. And like I said, anybody want a copy of them, just get in touch with me and I'll send you a copy. You might find out that when you have the copy of me, the date will be changed, because it may be the date that it was going onto your computer. I don't know, I'll have to check that out. But the photos are there for anybody who wants to see the evidence. The final conclusion, the photo is fake and the boot is fake.